This is IBM Museum, and this is another unboxing video. I'll get turned around, get the internal webcam off so we don't have any phase differences. It's a little bit earlier. I've got light coming in from a window. I kind of love the longer sunlight in the evening hours now. And I'm taking care of otherwise of having kind of the light play across the studios in the wrong ways. So I think we're good there. We've got everything masked off for addresses. And as I'll show, I'm going to go through. Yeah, that's not, doesn't have any addresses or anything else on it. The only name it really reveals is mine. And so that is a prelude. This is kind of a special case, as it were. Like I've got blue painter's tape, and I like the purple here. Okay, and this is going to be even interesting for seeing the connection. Some people can tell what this is already, and some people are going, "Ooh." I'm having one factor, though, kind of capture my interest here in that. Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah, it looks in really good condition. Oh, it's even taped at the end and everything else. So, and this is what you see sometimes, these keycaps dislodge. You know, there's some that it looks like the only, well, that F12 is missing, and the left alt, but that's all minor. And this probably doesn't necessarily have the bolt mod. Yeah, and see, what was confusing me is I was saying, hey, there's not any cable that's coming out of the back, but the cable retention for this is used pretty heavily. I've never really pinned my cables down like that. I just let it come out. But really nice, clean condition. Let's do just a shot there. We might even do a kind of a comparison. Here's the working unit that I've been running. Different part number. I'm on a leash. Even though this terminal's off, I'm on a little bit of a leash, but I can go through and stretch cable, I guess, a little bit. But it's got a different part number, although very much a the equivalent, if not the exact. In fact, that's got the blue oval and the gray oval on the one that I'm using. And the one that I've got connected here, that's actually to my 3489 open face terminal. Once we clear the box off, we'll get to see that. And I'll do some cleanup, and I'll go through and get looking at restoring this. very much appreciated. And we'll go through and we'll look at some of the um, the next couple items in the box. We got bubble wrap. What is get rid of bubble wrap? Bubble wrap between. And as we can see, and I don't know how much I really necessarily need to unveil the bubble wrap to show. This one looks like it's a little bit more complete to really nice packaging. Looks like it has all the same effective. Well, maybe that has a different part number, like I think this one compares actually to the one I've got connected over here. Yeah, that 30 or 5660 sounds about right, even though the label's a little bit different. So that's really, really nice. And this is a one that's got the same part number as the first one I pulled out. And that looks to be relatively complete on keys and good packaging. Blue oval on that. Yeah, apparently that's the difference is black lettering and blue lettering. And of course, that on the PS2 line, the blue lettering included with the later models. And that signified the video performance, so-called energy efficiency, and other aspects to that design, what they're capable of. But people just said, David, you just unboxed 3,000 plus dollars of keyboards, and this is a rescue. This is not that they weren't being cared for where they were. The very gracious person that sent these to me, but it was done with the idea that I can go through and I can connect these up to IBM terminals. IBM terminals that they would have came with, and not to go through and mod these. I mean, you can get the source converter. Somebody could go through and connect this up to a modern system. At least this plug it's not, it plugs right into the source converter, and so it's not really hacking it up or anything like that. But it is sidelining away from an IBM terminal. And people are saying I'm being old or pedantic or whatever, but it's hard for when we have a terminal to find a keyboard anymore. And I can understand they're desired by the modders and everything else. So we typically have to compete in pricing for finding keyboards for the terminals. And these are for the InfoWindow. In fact, I can kind of show a little bit of that here in a moment as well. And so these are at least a little bit more common with this end than other types of the 122 keyboards. It's darn near impossible to find the other keyboard connection ends on some of these, in particular for the 3180 and 3290 and 3270 PC connection. And for the aspect of the terminal, if it doesn't have the keyboard, it's often thrown out or trashed as it is anyway. So it makes the set, find the keyboard and the terminal that goes with it, a little bit more of a challenge as well, or gets terminals thrown out. So I use, the info window that these go with, the common models, the 3476, 3477 have a CRT. I've got some of those tucked around here. I've got more than a few of those as it is. But I go through and I like, the reason I have the other keyboard here is I've got my open face 3489 terminal here. And then I've got other 3488s, which is this is one of the boards. And the 3489 has a slightly bigger board than this. It actually has a 286 CPU in those. And the 3488 has the V20 at 10 megahertz. And I've got I've got more batteries for replacing these. Real small logic board. It has a power supply connection. I don't know what this little connection does. And that's a little bit bigger on the 3489. But there's your keyboard connection, and then a PS2 mouse, your Twin-X key connector off of that. Just a little dongle that goes through and adapts it to Twin-X cabling, auto terminates. The parallel port, we learned in previous video that goes through if you have a parallel port postcode reader for a computer, like a PS2, you can actually get postcodes out of this as the terminal starts up. Has the same kind of post routine, being that the CPU is getting close to what the PCs had back then. And then the main reason I use the 3488s and 3489 is that VGA connection that I can go through and I can do video capture from the terminal to show, output of my AS400 that I have here. This is very appreciated of what I have, and I know the value that these sell for out there. And I will put these in to use, pair them up with terminals, not go through and have them drop to the floor from sliding. These are kind of wedge shaped, so you'd have to alternate if you stack them or whatever if you had these stored. But this is very much appreciated. I'll go through and I'll use this gift, as it were, and connect them with terminals. And it's even to the point where the terminals that I'm talking about of going through to a situation besides the video capturing I do to actually being put in use and being able to be viewed by the public and to see this stuff in action. And that is just absolutely fantastic. I really thank the person that went through and sent these. And I promise these will always be used connected to a terminal, not to a modern PC or anything like that. So that's a great unboxing that I'm able to do today with those coming in. And I wouldn't have anything like that occur nearly as frequently enough. I know this is a pretty rare event, and thankfully, just the right things lined up to where I asked to say, can I please get these? And I will connect them up to terminals, and we're saving history here. We're going through and they'll be used in very much in the documentation aspect of here on my channel and going on those terminals that will be publicly viewable, and almost where we have to get to the point of locking them down to the desk that they sit on or something else. Anyway, but if you enjoyed this unboxing video, go ahead and click on that like button, please. And as always, subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already. Recommend it to your friends that are interested in this sort of content. But this is IBM Museum. That's all I have for now. Thank you.